I hope you're ready because we are going to be talking about food and eating and all that great stuff. Yum yum. The article we're reading today comes from Food and Wine, and the video that you're watching today comes from amazing, awesome patrons like you. For those patrons, we'll be reviewing the vocab and especially a lot of the culture of what we're talking about today, because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. If you're not a patron yet, click up here to get that video and many more. And if you forgot, don't forget to click down here, the 3 dots. Besides that, I think we're ready to start. How We Eat Now, The New American Table by Joel Stein. We the people of the United States don't eat like we used to. And that's a good thing. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, my mom's dinners were limited to a short rotation of roast chicken, London broil, shrimp scampi, frozen Hungry Man meals, and takeout. To be fair, she was working with limited options. At our local supermarket, the lettuce was mostly iceberg, the apples were only red and not delicious, and there was only one variety of mushroom, the kind that will make you hate mushrooms for your entire life. Still, we ate pretty well. Actually, we didn't. Alright, we'll find out why not in just a second. Let's do a little review, of course. First of all, the 70s, the 80s, this is referring back to the 1970s, the 1980s. These are decades. Try to use this form in the comments. A rotation of something. Here, rotation, his mother's rotation of roast chicken. This means the variety, or how often he got something, the frequency. It's not actually talking about rotating it. He's just talking about how frequently he ate it. Hungry Man meals are a brand name type of TV dinner. A dinner that you probably put in the microwave, but then you eat in front of the TV. That's a TV dinner. And takeout is when you go to a place to get your food, but you don't eat there. You take the food back with you home. So you take it out of the restaurant. Let's continue, yeah? These days we've got more choices, more knowledge, and yes, more guilt than ever. Our food stores not only offer multiple varieties of produce, but also ones that are organically and often locally grown. Meat is free range and or grass-fed. Seafood is sustainably harvested. Coffee is fair trade. We are so food woke, our choices around what we eat are nearly as central to our identity as our Instagram feeds that obsessively document those choices. So much food vocabulary here. Let's take a closer look. Produce is a generalized term for farm-produced crops and goods. Most often, these need to be refrigerated and they can expire. They can go bad and then, you can't eat them anymore. Meats, grains, oats, dairy products, milk, cheese. So foods that should be fresh when you buy them and are basically the same when you buy them as they were when they were harvested or taken out of the farm. Organic food means that there should be no pesticides, hormones, very natural. There's nothing added, no preservatives. If a food product is fair trade, especially coffee is a very common example, it means that the people who produced it should have been paid fairly. And to be woke, this is a very new term. It means to be very conscious and aware. Especially nowadays, we talk about being race woke or sex woke, meaning we are more conscious about the difficulties of being black in the United States and especially of being a woman in the United States. So you can be anything woke. One more paragraph. Plus, our food is so globalized now. Not only can we find real tacos from coast to coast, but we can find real Oaxaca or Baja-style tacos. While nationalists may be having a moment politically, they are getting killed in the aisles of Trader Joe's, which is the United Nations of packaged foods. People in Houston can discern between Northern Thai and Southern Thai cuisine, while picking a Chinese food restaurant in Seattle or Chicago or Philly might mean choosing between Sichuan, Cantonese, Hunan, and Taiwanese. Kids regularly eat sushi, soup dumplings, baba ganoush, and pho. Once, my son, fed up with the globe-trotting succession of meals he'd been served, actually cried out, "I just want American food, like hamburgers or tacos." That's funny because tacos are not very American. Let's do a little review. The best term here is an aisle. Don't pronounce the S. An aisle. This is a lane where you walk in a grocery store when you're looking at the food and the produce. So a grocery store has many aisles. If something is globalized, it is international, very widespread. And these examples prove that with the Chinese food, the Thai food, and especially the Mexican food. Mexican food is so important in the US that we basically consider it American. Like when his son got angry and shouted, "I want American tacos." To discern something means to know the difference, to be able to tell something apart and to really understand it. To give you some more context about what the author is talking about, Trader Joe's is a popular grocery store. It's a bit more expensive and they have a lot more variety, especially stuff from outside the United States. And it's the United Nations of packaged foods because the United Nations brings together so many different countries into one place, and that's what Trader Joe's does with packaged, pre-prepared foods. Finally, one last great term, to be fed up with something means to be done with something. To be frustrated, maybe even a little disgusted. You can't stand, you can't bear to have any more. So a lot of good stuff. Remember, patrons, the review video will be available shortly. And of course, if you guys want more practice, there is the Fluency Book Club podcast that you can listen to. Get free books and audiobooks and digital books to read for free. All of those links are in the description. And if you want to experiment with some of this language or ask any questions, definitely do that down there too. I'll be talking to you soon. Adios.